a video today. I want to talk about something that I don't normally talk about, and that is usually what's going on in the media. I try to stay away from a lot of the fear mongering, and that's why the title of this video is it a gas shortage or fear mongering? So they said that the gas shortage was created because people feared there would be a gas shortage. So basically, what's the backstory? The Eastern European country hacked into a Texas pipeline, and it provides us with gas from Texas all the way to New Jersey. And so right now we have southern states, western states that are now on a gas rush. So they are rushing for gas with the fear that gas may become, that there may be a shortage. Um, and so it makes me wonder, is the gas really on limited supply, or is it just fear mongering? Because I don't know about you, but remember last year during the pandemic, everybody rushed to go get toilet tissue. To this day, it's a year later, I still don't know what the toilet tissue have to do with the pandemic and COVID. I have yet to figure that out. If somebody knows, please tell me. But with that being said, I thought about the shortage and the fear of loss with the gas the same way with funding. What do I mean by that? So last night, um, did a class with students that I work with, and talked about, of course, funding. That's usually the topic. Okay, so my live ended, but I'm back. And so in the class, we talked about the fear of funding and how many people in the funding space always try to say, you better hurry up. You better hurry up and learn this strategy, because if you don't figure this out, you're going to miss out on what's coming next and you're not going to get any funding. And I recently heard, I won't call any names, but, big business credit guru, and he's, talking about all this fear of loss. And, if you don't, learn this stuff, there's going to be a run on the banks. And this is not a conversation to, really talk about the fiat currency, and if the US dollar is real. I mean, that's a conversation, but at the end of the day, you know that although a lot of the currency that we have today is not even physical, it's really in a virtual space. But you use it because when you go shopping, you have to use whatever currency you're using, whether it's cryptocurrency, whether it's the dollar bill, or what have you. But the point that I'm making with all this is that so far, there's no shortage when it comes to funding. And when you are looking for funding and you buy into the hysteria that people put out in the marketplace about there's a fee, that there's a lack of funding, and if you don't act now, what happens is that you fall prey to all the tactics and the strategies that are out there in the marketplace. Now, literally, I had a lady that I had a consultation with yesterday, and she literally told me that she was in a business credit program for 2 years, And the only thing she was able to get was a gas card and a Sears business card. And of course, she got all those net 30s for 2 years. Now, once again, what happens is, and this was no shade on her, but the reason why, and I've did videos about this before, that people all prey to these strategies is because they promise a very big reward, very little effort. So imagine you having issues with your personal credit, and you know you got a business ain't bringing in no money, but you want this glorious windfall of funding for $50,000, $100,000, $250,000, but you don't even have $500 in the bank. But then someone comes to you and say, there's a shortage. The funding supply, it's almost wasted away. You're not even going to be able to buy bread or buy gas or or be able to take care of your children. So let me teach you this quick way that you can get some fast money and take all your business problems away. And so that's why I asked the question, gas. Is it really a shortage or is it fear mongering? Now I know in the funding space, it's straight fear mongering. It's fear mongering. With the gas, that's not my area of expertise. I mean, all I know is I need gas to drive my car. Luckily, I work from home, so I really don't need to go nowhere. I could fill my car up. We got a truck at home, and literally the truck just sits. And so, I'm not at the mercy of having to drive to a job every day. But it makes me wonder, is it just fear mongering or is it really a shortage? Like I said, in the funding space, is not. So once again, this is Lorelia. If you and just so if you're new to this, I primarily talk about credit, business credit, leveraging it for real estate, but I would divvy off of that today and talk about the gas shortage. And I wanted to give um, a um, a comparison of the gas shortage or the fear mongering of gas to funding. So if you are a business owner, real estate business owner, real estate investor who's looking to leverage credit to be able, business credit primarily, to do more estate deals, get access to 50, 70, $84,000 in funding. These are the success stories of the individuals that I've worked with. Currently got a gentleman right now who's going to be finished funding this week, and he will get $70,000. But understand, I cannot work with everybody, and there is qualified criteria for me to decide to work with you. So it's not a that's what I want, can you give it to me? It's pretty much as a qualifying criteria. But if you're interested and you want to learn more, there'll be a link below this video, and you go to helpmegetbizcredit.com.